online from right across Queensland. And we've also got a number in the room, which is great to see as well. So welcome. The first thing I want to just start off with is quickly for all the Broncos supporters that are online tonight, let's go Broncos. And all the others I don't really care about. So let's go Broncos. The point of tonight's meeting is to keep it short and sharp. We're going to be on here just for an hour. And if you can just go to the next slide, Matthew, for me. And what we're going to be talking about is how to start a game, giving guard, and working with your teammates, i.e. balls to go, soft signalling, etc. And how important it is to work with your teammates and how to start a game and giving guard. It's pretty basic stuff, and it shouldn't take, it's something that's been missing from our game for a little while now. So we're just going to bring things back in. So we're all on the same page right across the state. So, alrighty. What is required when we call play? Call play, the bowlers and umpire shall call play before the first ball of the match and on the resumption of play after every interval or interruption. Now, the things that are required when you give, when you're setting up for play is 1, giving guard, which we'll talk about when we move on. Provide the mode of delivery using the relevant arm and position. And what we mean by that is though he's putting up a right arm if the bowler's left arm around the wicket, so which happens from time to time. Not very often all the grounds will have side screens, but for the grounds that do have side screens, checking the side screen is in the correct position. We need to do that at both ends usually. Preparing to call play, which is going through our routine, what we need to do to call play, and then calling play itself. Calling play, we need to do it nice and confidently and very in a nice commanding voice. Now, what we're going to be doing is that we've got 2 of our panel umpires, Mr. Michael Mellifont, who is a state panel, and we've got Elsie Bradford, who's one of our up-and-coming panel members as well, and they're going to be helping us tonight. We've actually got, how exciting are we, got a pitch in the middle of the Ian Healy room tonight. So we've got stumps set up, nice green pitch. The pitch looks very green. I'd be probably bowling on it if I won the toss. So let's move on to what we do. All righty, who do we want to have up to the stumps? Don't all rush. Thank you, Michael. All right, so you're looking at it, so yeah. All right, so I'm going to be the batsman. All right, I'm going to be a very short batsman. So I'm coming up and I'm going to ask for middle stump, please.
Okay. I'm going to be taking a position behind the stumps. My head's going to be above the stumps.
Sorry?
No, it's on the,
oh, you got one. Sorry.
It's going to be above the stumps. Yep. Up to the stumps, and I'm going to be waiting for the batter to tell me the yard they want.
Yep. I'm asking for middle stump.
Middle stump. So I'm going to respond. And I'm going to use their terminology. I'm going to give them guard for middle stump. So they're going to put their, going to be holding their bat out to me, which is, yep. I'm going to be saying, you need to come away from you a bit.
Yep, away, yep. I've gone away.
Simply, yep. Okay. Once they've got it to the right spot, where I can, the bat's covering the stumps. Sorry, Jim, you seem distracted.
Yeah, no, because I want you on the camera. Can we get Michael on the camera? Sorry.
He is.
Oh, is he? Where? Oh, down here. Very good. I'm good with his IT crap.
You need to give you a centre again?
No, I got it. Yep, I'm marking it. I'm currently marking it. Yep.
Once you've got it, so I've indicated to you that is centre, confirmed to you, you're now marking it. Now, before I do anything else, I'm just going to hover a bit because you might want another guard.
Well, you've guessed exactly right because I'm going to ask for 2 legs as well. Yep.
Okay.
I'm asking for 2 legs.
Okay, so I'm going to guide you to 2 legs.
Yep.
I'm going to visually indicate, yep, that's 2.
Yep.
And I'm going to show you where 2 legs is.
Yep.
Yep.
Why is it important to point to the stump? And
Because a lot of people don't know the difference between two legs and one leg.
That's one reason. Also,
They might not speak English.
they might not in our game. Yeah.
but it's always good to make sure that if I say middle, you point and you just reinforce to me that it's middle. Yeah.
Jim's about 3 metres away from me now, has no trouble hearing me indoors, but outdoors we're 20 metres apart. And they may not hear. They've got helmets on that might cover their ears to some degree. So, yeah, visual always looks good.
Yep, you always reinforce it.
Yep, so that's 2. And usually I'll still wait again to see if they want any other guard. Other times they'll wave me off, and then I'll move to the next.
Before you give guard, if I've got my bat on an angle, does that matter?
I would tell you maybe to straighten it. Yep, I'd tell you to straighten it.
You would?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it important?
Well, if you want correct and accurate guarding, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, we've got a question in the chat from Greg Grant on the screen.
Hello, Greg. When it comes to questions in regard to two legs, where'd that go? Which stump do I point to? Leg stump at the end of, Michael, what would you do? So batter wants 2 legs, which stump do I point to? Leg stump at the end or off stump?
So 2 legs is between middle and leg.
Yeah.
So I'm pointing between middle and leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 leg is leg stump.
Now, just for those online, after this.
So what he's asking you, so because of that, yeah, no, I would be doing it mirror opposite.
Yep.
So if you want 2 legs as a right-hander, I'm actually going to do this so that from your perception, you can see that is 2 legs as a right-hander from your end. I mirror it. Yeah, always have done.
Just for those, just for everyone's knowledge, at the end of the session, there's going to be the PowerPoint will be sent out, and there's going to be a link as well to Cricket Australia Community Umpire Technique Manual, which have all these things listed in there as well. So there's not, we haven't got time to cover everything. So therefore, I encourage everyone to go through and have a look at the link and print it out and have a read of it, because it's great material, good resource.
But taking guard, batsmen traditionally have always come to the crease and the bat face facing out. Yeah. A lot of the times now, like 60% of the batsmen will come and have the bat face facing in. Yeah. And I find that very hard to give better when they do that, because you've got this big bulk sticking out the back of the stump.
Well, no, I'll bring the inside to the inside of the stump and then cover it.
What you'll find as well is that sometimes English batters actually ask to guard with their bat facing you, right? So they're covering a fair bit of the thing. So at the end of the day, it's the batsman what they want, and you just give the best you can, because you'll have a bit of an idea once they mark it. You go, nah, whether it's close or not.
We're all happy. We've got the guards we want.
Yep, I'm happy. I'm looking up at you now.
Start getting to his stance.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finals already given me the meantime, so I know what they're doing. Yep. So it was a left arm bowler. I'll start to move out to position. So you're.
See you.
Okay, got you. Okay, so you're like, yeah, we'll pretend. Okay. So it's a left arm bowler or a right arm bowler, doesn't really matter. But if he's going left arm over, which is what I'm demonstrating, I'm obviously going to come off to this side of the wicket. I'm going to get my right leg or my delivery stride leg. I'm actually going to put it where I anticipate the bowler will be landing on their delivery stride. Then I'll be raising my arm up properly. Not these ones, but up properly. Because my arm's going to actually represent the bowler's arm on delivery. And I'm going to say verbally, left arm over. Then what I'm going to do is, and then I'm going to say, is the screen okay?
Yeah.
We've got a size screen.
Yeah. In this particular game, you've got a size screen.
Yeah. How's that screen?
Yeah.
And you may want to move. So I'm going to wait to see what you do. And while he's got his arm up, he's guiding the people whoever's moving the side screen, his teammates or whatever, to where he wants to go, and keep my arm up until he
Good.
stops. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm moving back to about the distance of my mark, but not. But I'm moving either to my mark or to the distance of my mark. It just depends.
We prefer, just so you know, we prefer to move to the distance of your mark. And the reason being is because of you're blocking the bowler from running in. They see you're back and they're not going to start, usually shouldn't start a runner. However, if you walk back to your decision with your arm down, you will get the odd bowler that will start the bowl. So it's always best to move back to your position. Yeah.
In that position, I will first locate the scorers. Give them the wave, they're behind me or wherever they are.
Yeah.
I'll look for my partner and get their thumbs up. Fielding captain, batting captain. Yeah. Or fielding captain, batter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your partner's always the last one.
Partners,
Yeah, your partner's the last one. The way to remember it is that we go 4, 3, 2, 1. Umpire is the last one. Their partner's the last one we go to. Alrighty. We always, so it's scorers. We signal out the scorers. All right, make sure they're okay. Fielding captain, you're set. All right. Then you've got the batter, you right. Then out to our partner. Right. Well, good.
Are you yelling at the scorers to see if they're ready?
I'll just put my arm up. And if they don't, I'll get something straight out. All right. How many scorers do we need to start a game? 2. Yes, we always need 2. If you only got 1, guess what? You're not starting the game. In this particular game, we've got 2 scorers. Lucky. All right. Once you're outside, you're happy with your partner's giving you the thumbs up. If you're at square leg, you give the thumbs up. Not too high. And then what do you do from there?
Then I get back into my position behind the stumps.
Step across.
Get myself ready, and then I'll call play.
In a nice, confident and loud voice.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that everyone on the field can basically hear our play. And then hopefully the bowler will start his runner. There will be times where it doesn't happen, where the bowler starts his runner. I always took a little step over to where the bowler's run up is, and then turned around and had a look to see what the problem was. He might be chewing up the shoelace. He might still be bowling a practice ball or whatever.
I think that's a better look too. You standing like this is a better look than you standing like this, and I just think it's it go more smoother, and then all it takes is you moving into position, and it's nice and subtle.
Right. So you want to run through the process again? The process is the umpire always comes up to the stumps to give guard. Ask the bowler, the batsman what he wants. The batsman will go, can I have middle? Thank you, umpire.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Yep. Oh, you do it.
Yeah. That's yep.
That's middle. Yep.
Want to do our stump? Yeah. That's middle. Yeah. All right. That's middle. All right.
Yep.
And then you'll wait. I'll scratch a hole. Dig. Then I'll say 2 legs, please. Or leg to leg. I'll go leg to leg this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you line it up.
Yep.
So leg to leg.
Yep. Right. Then what?
Then I'll start to move.
I'm starting to move, and you
Do that.
Yep. Come forward.
Bottom right over.
Yeah. I'm looking up, but yeah.
Yep. How's that screen?
Yeah, screen's good. Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah. You set up? Yep.
I'm moving back here. Scorers are over here.
Yeah.
The scorers, make sure they're okay. They give me the wave back.
Yeah. Nice and confident again. Always put your arm up nice and confident, not just half-hearted. Nice and confident.
Yep. Check that the fielding captain's ready, batter's ready.
Your skipper usually is around first slip, second slip, normally, 99% of the time. If he's at mid on or mid off, that's you got to turn around, but you do it. Yep. So you check with the.
Yep.
Come back to the batsman.
The batter is.
Why is the batsman after the fielding side?
Well, they're usually the. Yeah.
There's no use checking with the batsman if the fielding side's still setting up.
Because they're still checking them.
Yeah.
The field.
So if the fielding side is ready, that's when you go to your batter. Because if the fielding side's going, no, I'm not ready yet, right? We're not going to the batsman. We're not going to the batsman. We'll give him an opportunity to check the field and the placements. Once you do that with the batter, yep, I'm now taking guard.
Yep.
Right. Off to your partner, just a quick thumbs up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. In my position,
Take a pace over to where you normally stand.
we'll play.
Yeah, nice and loud. Play. Something I always did when I umpired, I always it was just a little thing that I did. I was like, let's have a good game, guys. Play. So it's just because I want to have a good game. Well, let's all have a good game. It's up to you. So there's probably not the right thing to do all the time, but not playing for cheap stations and some of these things.
Jim, we've got a couple of questions.
Any questions? Yep. Yeah.
The first one was Dave Dancy, and he said, is there any need to tell a new batter who's come to the wicket at the bowling end and has seen one or more deliveries bowled by the bowler before they face their first delivery, which arm and which side the bowler is bowling with?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, yes, it is required under the laws. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even apart from that, under the laws, it's also letting them see where the sight screen is.
Yeah.
They may want to change the sight screen slightly. So
Yeah.
yes, you always advise a new batter.
Then Tim Brett has asked, if the bowler's changing sides for right and left batters constantly, do we have to signal for every change of mode?
So the way to answer that question is whatever mode is introduced to the batter from your bowling, provided you're always sticking to that mode of delivery, it does not need to be advised every change of strike. However, if the bowler wants to change their mode of delivery to a particular batter, that does have to be advised. So if it's a left-hander, right-hander, and they're noodling through singles every ball, you don't need to keep reintroducing the bowler's mode of delivery every single time unless they're changing their mode of delivery to a particular batter. Does that make sense?
You're all on board for that one.
Thumbs up.
Now, go back to the first question, Matthew. So I didn't quite hear it.
So Dave Dancy is saying, is there any need to tell a new batter who's come to the wicket at the non-striker's end?
Non-strikers then? Yeah.
They see a couple of balls, then they run a single.
Yeah.
Do you need to tell them what the bowler is bowling and all of that?
Now, to me, good practice is, and I'm sure Peter will back me up here. If a new batsman come to the non-strikers end, we would always tell them how many balls are left in the over anyway, just as a courtesy. Right. So don't have to tell them one arm because they can work that out themselves, but we still do it when they get down here. But we always tell the non-striker, just as a courtesy, the 3 balls left in the over, so they're away. No more questions there?
What was the one about leg to leg?
What about leg to leg? I think we addressed that, didn't we? We did. We addressed that one. Yeah. All righty, next bit.
We've got one question from the audience here.
Oh, have we? Where?
Yes.
Bobby.
Occasionally, very rarely, when I go back, all of a sudden the bowler comes to me and said, mate, can you move to the right? You do, because you're trying to ascertain how it
This question comes up a lot.
Yeah.
If you were my size, I got asked that a lot. Yeah. But I still stood my ground. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I still stood my ground. Yeah.
You can't move. If you move, you're no longer in a position with no
Yeah,
batter.
yeah,
So that's your position.
Like they can ask, it doesn't mean we have to do it.
No.
And this is the thing. Don't be, and this is the
More common one would be take a step forward and take a step
Yep.
back.
Yep.
And that one is okay. But
If it's
ideally, we want to be down the centre so that we've got that good LBW or for anything else that's got to judge really.
and it's at times we just got to say no. Yeah. You can move out a little bit. I umpired Merv Hughes once and he asked me to move because I was adding 3 yards to his run. I'm having to run around. Wait, got no LBWs. Okay. Now we've gone through basically getting guarded at the fall of the wicket. We haven't gone through that. At the fall of the wicket, Elsie. All right. So there's a new batsman coming out. he's going to come out and he's going to ask you for middle. So, middle, please.
Towards you,
Yeah,
and if they're lined up.
Yep.
Point to it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we do next?
You can wait for them to.
You waiting for me? Yep.
Yeah.
I only want it in the middle. That's all I want this time. Yeah.
You go up towards- right arm over, there's 3 to come, and then I will walk back.
What happens if we got a side screen?
Then you
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's always important to just, and like, bearing in mind here, we don't have a side screen. A lot of games don't have side screens, but when you do get to have a side screen, it's always important to check, as Peter mentioned before, because sometimes you'll find that some batters will just ask for it to be moved a fraction at times. So then you go up to the stumps, up to the crease, nice and confidently, right arm over, and you bring do we go 3 up there, or we bring the 3 down? Yeah. Best practice is bring it down, right? Don't have it 3 up there. Always bring, 2 to go, bring it down. All right. What do you do?
They're happy.
Yep. You walk backwards. You just stay in line, make sure the batsman's then, you stand in front of the bowler, and then when the batsman's ready, then you take the step over. Same process. The only thing is that you add in the number of balls remaining in the over. Right. Now, some will say 4 to go, some will say 2 to come, whatever your terminology is, just make sure that the batter understands what you're talking about. So we've just gone through that. Oh, okay. We just went through all that, and it's the same process basically for one to the other. And look, it's not hard. There's not that many changes, many things you've got to go through, not that many steps. And the most important, one of the things, come up and give us, Elsie, give us something that you shouldn't, when you're giving guard, shouldn't do. Yeah. You don't have to bend over, right? You're going to give guard, stand upright and be confident. Don't have to bend down and go, yeah, that's good, right? Always stand upright and do it, okay? Stand upright and do it.
Can I just add, before we finish on giving guard?
Yeah.
The most important one you give is the first one of the game. So spend a little bit more time, make sure you get it right, because that is going to be the reference point for the rest of the day. So make sure, get it right, spend a little bit more time, and your day's easy for the rest of the day.
It will happen where you give guard and the person down the other end, they didn't bring out a set square and they get it wrong. All I used to do is say to the non-striker, when you get down there, we're going to have to remark and then push you slightly out. There's ways to get around it as well.
Right, so Jim, you've got 7 questions there in the chat. Little one from Craig. So how would you demonstrate that the bowler's going to come through the gate for you?
Running between you and the... Yeah, okay. How would you, Michael?
Look, I don't usually give a visual reference to that, actually. You could, yeah. I usually just verbally tell them. I just tell them they're coming around the wicket and coming through.
I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Oh, you want? I was going to. Yeah, but you get 3 from that.
So generally, if I've got a left arm or right arm coming through, I'll come back. I'll go up, give my coming right arm around. I'd step back to where I'm standing and indicate the bowler's coming in front. Okay. And say that. So bowler coming between stumps and myself. Yeah. And just indicate it with my hand.
And there's going to be the odd time where they run behind you as well.
Yep.
No different.
So just make it clear. Just give a nice, clear confirmation to the batter.
Right, Zach's asked a question. Do you still do the same about side screen? If it's a permanent side screen and you can't move it, you can't move it.
No, but you still indicate. You still hold your hand up that they see it. But obviously we haven't got builders there to change it. So you just indicate there used to be a ground that had a side screen on the last block that was too wide. So they couldn't move it. They didn't have a side screen, but they adapted. So just let them know.
And bear in mind, sometimes at grounds where you've got side screens, it's usually sometimes at higher grades. And a lot of the players, as they come through, I guarantee you, they batted on grounds that didn't have side screens. But all of a sudden, there's a little princess, we need a side screen. So. But no, who was that? Zach? No, Zach. No, we don't need that. Teamwork, balls to go. Yeah, this is the part of the balls to go, the over count. Why is this important? Okay, accuracy. Make sure that we're both on the same page. All right, keeps us concentrating anyway as well. Even though we're working together, it says that reduces the chance of miscounting deliveries. If you umpired with me, I miscounted a lot. All right, I struggled to get the 3 or 6, so I wanted to count the 3 twice. All right, ensure that we're on the same page. All right, we're working together. If we're working together and signaling together, we're working well as a team. And what's the most important thing as an umpire? Working together as a team. Support for, I'll go back to number 4, match flow and smooth transitions. There's making a match go faster. If you're counting and signalling with your partner, it makes the game go a little bit faster in a way, because if you're getting out there and you're going, I've got 1 to go and you've got 2 to go, it's a little bit odd. Doesn't help the game go flow too quickly. And it makes it out that one of you guys is drifting at some stage, and which is number 5, support for concentration. All right. Very important to be on song when we're umpiring. Because guess what? When you're not on song, that's when something's going to happen. That is when something's going to happen. And guess what? It's usually going to be my end. All right? Usually my end. And game control and pressure situations. Right? The more we're in control of the game in all situations, the better it is as umpires. Right? It's the less we've got to worry about. The less we got to worry about means we can get on with the game and nothing's going to phase us. Right? But if we're struggling all through the day with the count, if we get put under pressure, guess what's going to happen normally? We're going to struggle as well. That's These signals are only required after illegal deliveries. Terry, I'm going to borrow you here. All right. Means you've got to get up. If I've got to stand up, so do you. All right. You want to stand in front? All right. Now, I'm your partner, square leg. All right. First ball, the over. There's been a no ball bowled. What are we doing? What's the signal? I'll tell them. Fists. Yeah, okay, fist. All right. All right. Clench the fist, chest high. All right. Don't make it look like you're going to punch me. All right. 5 to come. What's 5 to come?
5 up top.
5 up. Going to be 5 down.
5 up.
Okay. Why is it preferred up? Why is it preferred 5? Why is it preferred to be done that way? Also done that way.
That way's penalty runs. Any sense penalty runs up here.
What?
That way it could look like penalty runs. If you have it out here, it's different.
Yeah. All right. Can we have 5 down? Okay. 5, best preferred way is 5 up, 5 to come, 4 to come.
4 down here.
What's the difference between 5 and 4? Why can I have 4 down and not 5?
That's the process. 5 up here, 4 down here.
Okay. So if the hand's down, we know it's 4.
So 5's always up and 4's always down.
Down, because sometimes, guess what? If you ever umpired with a blue jacket on or a blue shirt, sometimes the hand, and especially at night or dim, the fingers disappear, right? So if you got your hand down, at least we know it's 4, right? If it's up, it's going to be 5, right? Chop, chop. This is the one I like. Chop, chop. 3 to come. Okay. Chop yourself at the halfway mark, all right? Now, We used to have 3-2-1 all the time, whereas now we're coaching 3-2-1. We're only coaching 2 and 1. So the only time you signal 6, 5, 4, and 3, if there is an illegal delivery, why would we do that?
Reset.
Make sure you reset and on recount. All right, we're on the same numbers. All right. And 1. Nice and confident. 2 is always up.
2
Right.
up close to the body.
Can 2 be down?
Can be down.
2 can be down as well. Doesn't it get confusing at times? All right, we can have some up and some down. So this is why it's important to understand this type of stuff. All right, 2 is up, right, and 2 can be down. All right, if you're going to go 2 down, keep it near your pants because guess what? Yeah.
Try and keep the fingers obviously separated well.
There was a this is a big up West Indian umpire.
Steve
Buckner. I was 4th umpire. I think you might have been 3rd. And Steve Buckner said to Daryl Harper, when you signal 2 to go, you don't do 2 to go here, you go 2 down here. And when I signal 2 to go, I go up here, I don't go down there. So you adjust. Okay? And once again, recheck the balls to go after every illegal. That could be a no ball, dead ball, white ball, etc., etc. Always recheck. Make sure you're together. Exactly how I do it. Thank you. Okay. Was that from the previous question?
Should we be doing 2?
Is that a good way to signal 2 to go?
2.
Oh, when do we go to this one?
Yeah, so just right out.
All right. Now, this is not for our umpires. This is for all the umpires. Is this a good way to signal 2 to go? No? No?
Why not?
So if I'm out there, right, what are the scorers looking at? Yeah, I don't know. So if I'm out there, what are the scorers looking at? They're looking at, they think it's a no
It's a
ball.
horizontal.
Yeah, they're looking at a no ball signal. In actual fact, that is a no ball signal. But, but still 2 fingers. Right. Should we call no ball with 2 fingers? How should we call no ball? What's a good close fist? Open it.
Something that's obvious that it's going to be a no ball.
Yeah.
So whether it's your palm
Yeah.
or if you happen to have a fist out there, preferable it's the palm.
Best time to give 2 to go, 1 to go, or whatever the case may be. I haven't come to 1 to go yet. But the best time is when the ball is dead. Right.
It's not
I have-
the best time, Jim, it's the only time.
Yeah, okay, yeah, good point. It's when the ball is dead. I have seen, and I've got video of umpires signaling 2 to go while the batsman is still running, crossing over for a second run. Wrong time. Guess what, as an umpire, what we should be doing? We should be looking for the short run. So you always wait for the ball to become dead, and then you make sure that's when you signal, all right? Now, if you've got a fieldsman in your way, do you put your arm out? No, you'll take the pace and you go 2. Get your 10,000 steps up all the day. Make it simple. Do not complicate it by putting the arm out because of, especially in the lower grades, the scorers are usually, they see the ball go down to the wicket keeper, then they'll go straight down into dot, and then the next minute they're looking up at an arm across and they go, oh, was that a no ball? Let's keep it simple. Good practice is to signal.
Need to repeat that for people online. You muted yourself.
Did I mute myself? I think the people online might have muted me. Okay. Every over there's 1 signal that you have to do, and that is 2 to go. All right, whether that's up or down, that is compulsory. No buts. Now, if you want to do 1 to go, you communicate with your partner before a game. All right, and just work out, do you want to do 2 on 1 or you just want to do 2? Some umpires will go, just want to do 2. All right, that's good. if someone might want to do one, what is the signal for one? There's one down, all right? Hand down, nice beside your thing, and you just keep it out there, all right? Now, there are times where Peter and I, and I'm sure it still happens today, is that batsmen, when they cross over, they'd ask for how many balls left in the over. And while you've got a batsman out there that's constantly doing it, it's wise practice just to already have it out there before they ask, all right? You know, two out of one, you know, two to go, one to go. So up on the screen, which you won't see at the moment, you will see that there's 2 and 1 to go. All right. So working as a team is very important. Next one, please. Matthew.
The next one after that.
Yeah, the next one after that. Ball contact. Okay. Get you two to come back up, please. And one either side so we can see. All right. The strikers and umpires should always aid their partner in regard to assisting with bat pads, all this type of stuff. Anything that goes behind square leg or near to where you're facing. All right. So if you
Let's start by saying that with any of these signals, you're obviously going to be in a position where you're facing your partner. But for the sake of this, if I'm showing signals tonight,
we're playing. Yeah.
Towards camera just to illustrate. But yeah.
All right. So I play a shot that goes down leg side. Yep. What do you do are you doing at square leg? And if you can just come in a fraction, please.
So I'm indicating to my partner at square leg. I'm indicating to my partner at square leg what I think that's come off. Whether it's come off bat, whether it's come off the person, or whether it's come off nothing. I'll be making indications as much. So you've said it's come, you've said it's gone down leg. So in terms of the information in this scenario, what has it come off?
Let's say it's come off the pad.
I'll be putting this here. I'll just move the chairs. So facing my partner. When I say facing, I'll be facing a little bit towards my partner, but I'll be making the indication of the hand that's on the same side as my partner that's come off the pad. So I'll be giving a good tap on the pad there just to make it clear that I think it's come off the pad. That's how the run's being scored.
You're doing Elsie at the bowlers then?
At the bowler's end, I'm walking towards the popping crease and I'm making eye contact with Michael to make sure that we've both thought the same thing.
So as you're walking away, you look at Michael, and if you should be agreed. So therefore, once you agree, that's when you can switch straight back onto what you have to do. And it doesn't take that long for it to happen. Okay. Won't take that long. Off the bat.
Off the bat. So again, I'll be turning towards my partner a bit, but I'll be indicating by tapping my hands in front of me that I think it's come off bat. So it's a nice, clear sort of tap of the hand, something that's indicate that it's struck something.
Good.
Off the hand.
As you're walking away, what do you do?
As I'm walking away, walking towards the popping crease, again, making eye contact.
And just nodding.
And it's not a stare at your partner, it's a quick glance.
It's just a glance as you're walking away.
Because again, you're looking for the short run.
Usually about a pace and a half, and you've already made that connection. Buys.
So buys or wides, as the case may be, basically indicating that the ball has come off nothing. And the batters are running. Putting my hands across my body, crossed arms formation, so that my partner can know that it hasn't come off anything, and therefore they're either going to signal buys or wides.
And then same thing, walking towards the popping crease. As soon as you see that your partner's signaled that it hasn't hit something, or you're getting your soft signals ready. So hands up kind of by your side for a buy, or down near your leg for a leg buy, so that the scorers know, kind of preempt what you're about to signal.
Are we talking about pre-signalling, Jim?
You can if you want. Yep.
So,
Bowlers end.
yeah, so
Yeah,
Elsie,
bowlers end.
yeah, just to go on what Elsie was saying, it's common practice now, that has been for a while, that we indicate to the scorers that something's about to be signalled to them. Something beyond, just the fact that runs are scored. And so they can, obviously be ready to acknowledge that. So you're not standing there trying to make that differential signal while they're cutting up runs or doing whatever they do in the book. At least they can get an indication that you're going to pause them to give a differentiated signal. They can see that, acknowledge it, and take that into account. If you're not giving a pre-signal, that they can indicate to them that all they're going to worry about is runs to the striker.
You want to move away with, walking and just pre-signal to the scorer for a leg bite? What would you be doing?
Or a leg bite, make contact, and then I just put a hand down there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my other hand's down straight, but it's obvious that there's something going on.
You do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are a couple, you can have your arm out at right angles as you're walking out.
Yeah.
Because you're going to bring in your leg up, the tap. Right. Yeah. So, and that's just a little trigger for our scorers to let our scorers know. Guess what? There's a leg bite coming. So, because at the end of the day, it's not just us; they're part of our team as well.
Yeah.
There's two teams playing, and there's two teams off, helping out as well.
Sorry, just to add to that, but not much. So, definitely, I tell my men about before the game. Sorry.
I know it's a good practice, but I tell my other partner, who will be the main umpire, I will tell them only if I'm 100% sure I'm signaling you. Otherwise, I'm not showing anything. So, is that a good practice, or do I have to show them a signal of what I'm thinking? So, what is the best practice? Sorry, to my partner. Yeah. So should I always, even if I'm not sure?
You're not sure. Yeah, we're coming to the not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just wait.
Sorry.
Wait. So, just moving on, because sometimes your square leg is not sure whether it's come off bat or pad. And what do we do in that particular case?
So just an indication that that you are quite unsure, is open hand, sort of the Jesus, if you like, and then offering maybe your best guess, which I sort of learned tonight. But indicate that you're not sure, but
it's always good to help your partner wherever you can.
Yeah.
Because there's a good chance if you're not sure, there's a good chance your partner at the other end's not going to be sure. So if you go not sure off the bat, not sure off the pad, or not sure, because there's going to be times where you have no idea. But it's always try and have a guess to help your partner out. All right, and if you do it right at the start, same situation when your partner's walking away from the stumps, they see that you're not sure, it gives them a chance to start replaying what they've just seen. All right, let's try and get on the. All right, I'm going to have to do this a little bit by myself, but if Michael has gone not sure off the bat, and Elsie's gone, yeah, I thought it was off the bat. That's good. All right, okay. And then Michael goes off the bat, and the umpire at the bowler's end, Elsie is thinking off the pad. What is best practice? The umpire at the bowler's end, it's their call. Right, we go with them. Simple as that. Right. At the end of the day, you're the one who's making the signal.
Right, so there's two questions. The one at the top of the screen. Hold the umpire. What if there's a dismissal decision involved? E.g. caught behind or LB?
Who asked that?
so it's on the screen if you can actually have a look.
Who asked that question?
No, I'm talking about the answer to that question.
Yeah, but who asked that question? Naveen, did you ask that question? You always jump in before we're ready, right? Yep, good question. Because it's up on the screen, we just moved it to you now. Do not make any signals when there is an appeal, right? Do not move. So it's the last thing. If you're going, you're square leg and you're signalling off the bat for a caught behind, There's nothing worse than your partner's going not out and all of a sudden they're seeing you give it off the bat. That's not what we want, right? The best practice is when there's an appeal, your hands do not move, right? There's no reaction from you whatsoever.
Waist high, no ball. Ooh. Does the umpire, so this is talking about a waist high, no ball. We haven't covered that yet, but we'll.
No, we'll put it's basically something in regard to that. Is that Craig? Craig, what I've mentioned a little bit earlier, there's going to be in the email that goes out was a link, and that gets covered in the link that you're going to be having a look at as well. And we'll probably address this more. So there's only, unfortunately, there's only so much that we can address tonight. So we're just keeping it pretty short and basic tonight. Does that help you, Craig? Probably not, but yeah, have a look at the link, open it up, and you'll see the answer in there, mate. You'll see the answer in there. All right, just reiterating the importance of teamwork. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Elsie. The importance of teamwork, increased accuracy. All right, so if we're working together as a team, we get more chance of getting things right. All right, instead of individuals. Mutual support. We're there to help each other. And not throw each other on the bus, which happens unfortunately from time to time. But we work there as a team. Shared confidence. Like if you're looking at your partner and he's going off the bat and you're saying off the bat, guess what? It makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel good. And if you're working on song and you're together all through the day, you can walk off at the end of the match, at the end of the day, going, you know what? We've had a bloody good day today, right? We've had a good day today, and that's what the players want. And guess what? Who wants it more? You two want it more, right? At the end of the day, if we get it right, it's good for us. Because if we're in a happy place, the players are going to be in a happy place, right? So, and the thing that you got to remember, it doesn't matter whether you umpire by yourself, right? Because there's no such thing as umpiring by yourself, right? You've always got a partner. Now, you're not out there alone. You are a team. Now, for the umpires that do umpire and I hate this terminology, they have a player umpire. You're umpiring, there's no allocated umpire, and you're standing out there. Bobby, you'll know what I'm talking about here. Ray, you know what I'm talking about here. If you do not have a partner, a blue and black out at square leg, guess what? That umpire, that person standing there is an umpire. They're not a player umpire. They're just full stop an umpire. So therefore, if they come out to work at square leg and you signal 2 to go, and they don't signal 2 to go to you, guess what you do as you cross them over? You just have a quiet word to them and say, excuse me, mate, or lady, whatever. While you're out here to umpire. You're not out here to look pretty. That's my job. You're out here to umpire. I expect 2 to go, right? I need you to help me to get 2 to go. I need you to make sure that you're signalling over the waist or over the shoulder, right? You're here to umpire. Now, the other thing is that if there is a bowl down your end, before you go and talk to your partner, your mate that's left out there, you go and fix the stumps up. That's your job, right? You're ready to umpire, not to talk to your mate when there's a wicket and things like that. So just like it's a phrase I use. You've got to be the alpha dog at times, right? You don't let them dictate to you. You just got to, you control the game. I think we're getting pretty close now. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Are there any questions at the moment?
We have a couple. Michael Roberts from Rockhampton has popped in. If 2 umpires need to have a chat about an appeal and they need to communicate with each other, is there a process?
Great question. You know what, Michael? I love you. Great question. And I know that you're going to get a big tick from Peter Parker over there in the corner as well. Our 2 umpires, up we come. All right. Right. There's an appeal. Just saying there's a catch that's gone down to first slip. All right. Michael, who's at the bowls, that's not sure that it's carried. What is the process, Michael? What do you do?
Well, first thing I will do is I will signal to Elsie that I want to chat. Okay. So I'll just do this.
The top puck.
I didn't suck up it. Yeah. Some people like to cross their fingers and do that. Doesn't matter. I think this is pretty clear what I want. So I'm just going to flag to Elsie that I want to talk to her.
Yes. Then what do you do? Next step.
My next step is, because at this point you've got how was that? You know, you got the continued appeal, and they're trying to. I'm putting the hands up and stop.
Yep.
Stop. Yep. I heard you.
Yep.
Stop. Ball, please. So
very good.
Yep.
Yeah. Grab the ball.
Grab the ball.
Yeah. Why is that important? Because the ball's dead. You know, we've got that, and aren't we in charge of the ball when it's dead?
Correct.
And it doesn't allow them the opportunity to do anything to it.
Correct. Yeah. Well, we're distracted. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've taken control of the ball.
Yep.
I've told them to pipe down, and I'm heading towards my partner, and my partner's heading towards me.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to meet in the middle.
Yep.
And it's a bit hard to see it now. It's pretty good to see on screen actually. But the way we're standing is we're going to sort of stand on where we're still open to the play.
Why is that important?
Well, there's no point in having secret squirrels, and then they're doing their own.
And bearing in mind, you don't know, because at this stage, the fielding side could be having a go at the batsman.
Yeah.
And telling them off because you should walk, because you know they carried all this type of crap.
Yeah.
So you keep the players in the line of sight all the time.
Now we're nice and close to the wicket here for this purpose of the camera, but we're not this close to the wicket. We're in our own space, and we're certainly not inviting any company from any player, even the captain at this stage. What we have a discussion.
Yep. And then what do you discuss?
So, just bring the mic over there. Yeah. A couple of ways to approach this. If I'm the bowler's head umpire, I'm actually going to invite. So, in the time that I've taken to walk over to my partner, I'm ascertaining facts in my mind that I'm able to know. What is it that I know? What is it that I've been able to observe? Usually I will say to my partner, have you got anything for me? What have you been able to observe?
Yeah.
The reason I do that is so that I'm not filling my partner's head with the power of suggestion. So, and look, it will depend on how well you know your partner. If you know your partner's pretty strong in their opinion, you might ask their opinion straight up, but I'll say, what have you got for me? And I'll listen to what my partner, in this case, Elsie, has for me in terms of what she's been able to observe. And we're talking in facts here, you know. Yeah.
Now, do you come to a conclusion, whether it's not out or out, whatever the case may be? Do you move back to the decision, or do you give the decision from where you're standing?
This could be quite correct or incorrect. I give it from where I'm standing. As soon as we've made the decision, I do it from where I'm standing. A couple of reasons. I think it's look like a dick walking back to your mark and doing it that way. I just think it's a show. Are you doing it for the cat? I don't know. I just don't see the point in doing it and making the players wait, because they're standing there waiting for an answer. Why do you have to walk back to your mark? Anyway, but the second reason is we're together.
Okay.
So you got two umpires giving you the decision. Yeah, even though it's my call, I've got to back up. So
if you give it not out, you walk nice. You stay not out.
Yeah.
And move back to decisions nice and confident.
We do. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, before that, Jim. Yeah, not out, guys. 3 to go. 3. Yeah.
Always prefer to recount your balls.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Question, Michael. Is there a second one? No, good. All right. Lock these dates in Wednesday, 5th of November, and the other two as per the screen. It's going to be the same bat channel, same bat time. And we're going to, we want to keep these short and sweet, just to the point. So we don't want to clutter your head too much.
So, Chief, another quick question.
Yeah.
If you say it was a first slip, and you thought it carried, she didn't think it carried. Is it then just benefit of the doubt comes into mind because one of you don't agree? Yes, and benefit of doubt with that.
It'll bowl it, and we'll always make the final decision because they're the one who's going to be. But if there's if there's doubt, I don't care if there's 1% or 50% doubt, there's doubt.
And you've got 50% each down.
Well, so to answer your question, in this scenario, I was happy that it carried. From the bowler's end, I was front onto it. I was happy. Batters not walking. That's kind of why we're having this discussion in the first place. So batters hasn't walked. I knew it was pretty low. I know we're going to have a conversation. So I've come to Elsie and I've said, "What have you got for me?" Now, in my mind, I've already got in my mind. I'm pretty happy it's carried. All I need for her to say is, from what I was able to see, it carried, and I'm giving it out. Yeah. If she says, I'm not confident that it carried, I might ask a follow-up question. Yeah. So what did you see? And she might say, look, it looked like there was a bit of grass in that. For me, then that's enough for me to say not out. Yeah.
Most important thing about it is, but when you go apart, you're together as the decision. Like square leg doesn't go, I didn't carry. Right. You always, you're a team.
You're using all the observations you were able to see together to come up with a sound decision. If you can come up with a sound decision, and if you can't, it's not out.
Yeah. There is one more question I've got for you. Thank you, Matthew. One final thing. Did anyone pick up an error on a title of a slide tonight? Work team. Did anyone online pick up an error with one of our titles tonight? Yes. Okay. You want to bring it up for me? Thank you. Work team, balls to go. Now, the reason I did that is because just in case those ones who are still trying to work out what the page. And the reason why I did that is because guess what? What are we at the end of the day? Are we cricket umpires? We're human beings. And human beings, we don't always get it right. We get things wrong, all right? The thing about it is that do not be afraid to get something wrong, because it's going to happen. If you think you're invincible and going to get something right or right all the time, you're going to fail, right? So don't be afraid to make a mistake. Now, the thing about it is it was up there. And the thing why I've left it there, because guess what? If I got one wrong, I never let it get to me. I never let the players get to me, because if they got to me, guess what the next ball is usually going to be? Another mistake or another ball's up. So the most important thing about it is that don't be afraid to get something wrong from time to time, all right? The most important thing I can say as well is that if a captain says you got something wrong and you don't agree with it, don't debate the question. Just say, no worries, thanks, Skip, I'll take it on board, right? And walk away. Because if you start debating with them, guess what they're going to do? Stop giving you feedback. And you still want feedback, right? My first ever decision in first grade cricket, I got wrong. If I had that decision 100 times again, I would not make a different call. It's not what I saw, it's not what I heard, right? So I gave it not out. And welcome to first grade, Jim. Yeah.
Jim, can I just add quickly to that? Brisbane Lions obviously won the premiership on the weekend, and they interviewed the coach after the game and just talking in detail. I'll change terminology after I explain, but he said their team has a mentality of there is winning and there is learning. This is nothing different. So if we make an error, it's a learning opportunity. If we don't make the decision, we don't have that learning opportunity. So make sure, go through, and I had a chat to Benny this afternoon, and I'm one of these that asks the question, why? What would you do differently? So think about, what did I change? What did I do differently? How could I arrive at a different outcome? If you can't arrive at a different outcome, Jim said, I got it wrong. I did everything. All of this said that from where I stood, this is why I made it. Think about that. But you learn to get better. So make the decisions, get it wrong, talk to us, and we can talk you through what you were looking at and you can learn from it.
Yeah.
But be strong and take every opportunity to learn.
And be human. Don't be afraid to be human. So, that's all I got. Appreciate everyone's time all throughout. Hopefully the Broncos aren't learning this on Sunday. Go the Bronx. Thank you to everyone online. Appreciate all your time and your effort, and appreciate you coming on. I think we've had a good roll up tonight, from what I can see. And good luck for the rest of the season. We'll be seeing you around. So don't make yourself strangers. At the next slide, there's the contact details. The link to the Cricket Australia community umpiring, which is what I've been talking to you about. Have a look at that, because basically all the stuff that we went through tonight is in there. And there's other stuff there that will answer some of those questions in regard to full tosses, over the waist, et cetera, et cetera. If you need ask any questions, feel free. My phone number's on 24/7. Doesn't mean I'll always answer, but I will always ring you back. So feel free to call and reach out if you need anything. And I think, I'm not sure who said it, but Zach, it might have been you that said, this might sound like a dumb question. But no, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Yeah. So enjoy the season.